ze tuto uliko pani nani natwabeshe baboka mutinani success knowledge tiye pani bela kube uwabakoni sensa tutawabantu uwabakoni sensa usakamana abantu usakamana.
Brethren out there, thanks for joining me. Upon this particular moment in time, I'm going to discuss with you mathematics paper 2. Particularly, we are going to talk about matrices. So like in this case, if we say a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers. Meaning a matrix is being able to comprise of rows as well as columns. Like in this case, we have A and B. The arrangement which starts from the left going to the right, this is a row. An arrangement which starts from the upper number going to the bottom number, this is a column. So a matrix comprises of rows as well as columns, but that is usually discussed in paper 1. For today, we'll talk about paper 2, thereby discussing how best you can come up with a determinant. When we talk about a determinant, we are going to talk about diagonals. Like in this case, we're going to find that we have A, then we have D. So when we have numbers that are in opposite arrangement, this is a diagonal. The same applies to B and C. So like in this case, when we talk about determinant, we are going to be having major diagonal minus minor diagonal. When we say major diagonal, we'll be starting from the upper left to the bottom right. Like in this case, A and D. Then minor will be starting from the upper right to the bottom left, B and C. So we're going to find that this is going to become A and D, but these components in a matrix should ever and always be multiplied. Then we're going to say minus, then minor, we're going to say B and C, which are going to say B multiplied by C. Then this is going to be A multiplied by D is going to give us AD minus B multiplied by C. This is going to give us BC. So that is the where we need to find the determinant. Now, let's try to give an example. Suppose we have something like matrix A equals 3, 2, 4, and 0. Then we are told to find the determinant. We are going to say the determinant of this matrix, we are going to say major minus minor. And then in this case, our main area of interest is to calculate the determinant. So we are going to say 3 and 2. This is the major. So these components are going to be multiplied, 3 multiplied by 2. Minus, then minor diagonal is 0 and 4. So I'm going to find that this is going to become 4 multiplied by 0. Then this is now going to be evaluated further, thereby giving 3 multiplied by 2. This is 6 minus 4 multiplied by 0. This is going to give us a 0. Then afterwards, we're going to evaluate and say 6 minus 0. 0 means nothing, so our correct answer is 6 as a digit. And this is how best we need to calculate the determinant. You better pick the components from the upper left to the bottom right. This should be able to give you the major diagonal. Upper right to the bottom left, this should be able to give you the minor diagonal. Let's look at example 2. Suppose this is another example. We say matrix B equals 3, 1, 4, and 2. Then we are told to find the determinant. We are going to say, as usual, determinant equals, we are going to say major minus minor. Then like in this case, we are going to say the major is 3 and 1, the minor is 2 and 4. So I'm going to say this is 3 multiplied by 1 minus, then this is 4 multiplied by 2. Then we're going to evaluate further again. So I'm going to say 3 times 1, this is 3 minus 4 times 2, this is 8. Upon reaching that stage, it's very important to realize that this number is smaller than 8, hence the number which is going to create a difference should be negative. 3 3 from 8 is going to give us -5. So that is our example 2. Let's try looking at example 3, but before that, remember that you can also be able to outdone this in the same way that I've been able to do. Kindly repause, rewatch where I haven't understood. Let's look at one last example. Suppose we have something like matrix A equals 2, then 1, then we have 4 and 1. And the question says, find y if the determinant of A is 10. Find y if the determinant of A is 10. So I'm going to say determinant equals, as usual, major minus minor. Then on the determinant part, we've been given the determinant is 10. So I'm going to say 10 equals major diagonal. We're going to say 2 and y, which we are going to multiply 2 times y minus minor diagonal 1 and 4. So I'm going to multiply 1 multiplied by 4. Then this is 10 equals 2 times y is going to give us 2y minus 1 multiplied by 4 is going to give us a 4. When we reach at that stage, we need to ensure that we collect like terms together. So I'm going to say 10, but this is -4. When it crosses over the equal sign, it becomes +4, equivalent to 2y. When we say 10 plus 4, this is going to give us 14 equals to 2y. Our main area of interest is to find the value of y. So we're going to say divide by 2, divide by 2. So y finally is 2 into 14 is going to give us a 7. So in case you are given such a scenario where you need to find the unknown value for a certain letter, we need to know that the determinant will ever be given. Brethren out there, I hope from this very video you can develop self-reliance and be able to know that you are the only person who knows yourself better than anyone does. Kindly repause, rewatch, and be able to lay out a proper reliance in terms of how best you are going to use this as a video. Otherwise, till tomorrow, for now, it's goodbye.
Azetuto ulikopa ni nani? Natwabeshe baboka mwatinani. Success, knowledge, tiye pali bela kube babo. Uwabako ni sensa. Tutawabantu. Uwabako ni sensa.